January 11th, 1946. A pale winter sun hung over the U.S. Army hospital camp outside Stockton, California, casting long shadows across the gravel paths as a small group of Japanese female POW nurses stepped out of the transport truck. Their uniforms were worn thin, their faces tight with caution, and every movement carried the stiffness of people expecting humiliation. Rumors had followed them across the Pacific. Americans treated Japanese prisoners harshly, especially nurses who had served near combat zones. None of them expected kindness. None of them expected gentleness. And certainly none of them expected soap. Lieutenant Hannah Sato was the first to pause at the entrance of the women's barracks. A young American corporal approached, holding out a neatly folded towel and a fresh bar of white soap, thick, clean, and smelling faintly of lavender. Hannah blinked. Back in the Philippines, soap had been almost mythical. Many of the women hadn't bathed properly in months. She reached out slowly, half expecting the corporal to pull it away or mock her. Instead, he simply smiled and said, "You're safe here, ma'am." Inside the barracks, warm steam drifted from the shower block. The nurses stood frozen for a moment before stepping under the hot water, real hot water, washing away grime that had clung to them since the war's final battles. Some of them cried silently, hands over their faces, overwhelmed by the simple dignity being returned to them. But their second shock came later that afternoon. An American cook from Ohio, arms dusted with sugar and flour, appeared at the doorway with a strange metal pan. "Ice cream," he announced cheerfully. "Vanilla, cold enough to sting their teeth." The nurses hesitated, then tasted it. For several of them, it was the first sweetness they'd had since 1944. The cold dessert melted on their tongues, and something inside them, some hard, clenched fear, finally loosened. Standing there, dripping from their first real shower in months, soap still clutched in their hands, the Japanese POW nurses realized the truth. America wasn't what they had been told, and kindness, as foreign as it felt, was sometimes the most disarming force in war's aftermath.